I want to feel.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed when they've apprehended an enemy leader. That said...
Yeah. Isn't there some way to calm them down?
These must be the...
Yeah.
This is the place Bayfon said...
Well...
I'm...
Sorry for almost blowing me up? Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
Eat this!
Thunderblade!
By the power of water! Right! It's go time!
Go for the weak point! Not on my watch! Raging Storm! Here's the evil!
Eat this! Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon! Here I come!
I'll be
It's
saving
over.
the flame!
Swallow Blade!
Let me help!
Eat this! Talon Hurricane!
Thunderblade! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Will this help?
Take this!
Super Healing Circle! Raging Cascade!
You picked the wrong fight!
Swallow
Damn!
Blade!
Take this!
Launch
You're
it!
finished! I'll run you through! Now! Here I come! Slash! Swallow Blade! Try harder! Now!
Dance in the wind! Feel! If it's in the sky, it's mine! More without
You're
healing!
mine! You're finished!
Raging Storm! Healing Circle!
Now you see what I can do!
Thank you.
You're mine!
Lightning
Swallow
Orb!
Blade! Big
Let's
Try this!
Raging Cascade!
No! Can't interfere with me!
Lightning Ray!
First strike!
By the power... Not on my watch! I'll bring you back from death!
I'll finish you here and now!
Resuscitation! Here, let me help!
Not done yet!
Aid!
Talon Storm! You're mine!
Gale Force!
It's over!
Talon Hurricane! In the
Swallow
wind!
Blade!
Eagle
You're
Blade!
mine!
I'll be saving this one! Magna Ray!
Eat this!
Gale
Swallow
Force!
Blade!
Will this help?
Stay away from my friend!
Healing Strike! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Take this! I'm not this one's all mine!
Resuscitation!
You're finished! First strike! Talon Hurricane!
I've still got Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Bronze and red!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
No
Lightning Orb!
escape! Slash!
Raging
Swallow
Cascade!
Blade!
Here, let me
You're
help!
mine! Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind!
Swallow
I can only
Blade!
rely on
Burn
myself.
in hell! I'm on!
Let Astral
Take
Down!
this! You're finished!
Here, let me help!
Slash! I'm just getting
First
started!
aid! Raging
Severing Wind!
Annihilation!
First strike!
Chrono Field!
Big Blast!
Mega Ray!
You're mine! Eat this!
Dance in the wind!
Swallow Blade!
Air Blast!
Here I come!
Healing Cascade!
In a bind?
Water, hear my call!
That freaking does it!
Try harder! Here, let me help! First aid!
Really owes you one. He's such a failure. You'll pay for that!
Water, hear my
I'm
call!
not done!
Let the mark handle this! Raging storm! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Ignite!
I can't heal you forever!
Here I come!
Here's a healer!
Strike!
Thunderblade!
Blast! They'll pay for
First
that!
aid!
I owe you.
Talon Spore! Magna Ray! Shining Supernova! Lightning Blast!
Tail's a problem.
Then let's focus there first.
There! Got you! Magna Ray!
Anything in orbit.
One
Wait!
last lightning condemned!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Now or never.
Searing flame! Lightning, here it goes!
No further.
I'm
Here I
only getting
come!
started!
Swallow Blade! Slash!
Annihilation!
You're mine!
Fury!
I'm not feeling so great.
Not a chance! Do it!
Swallow!
Blade!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Raging cascade!
Talon Storm! I can carve through armor!
Here! Not
Changing
in your
tactics!
dreams. There's no telling what it'll do! Stay focused! In here! Mega Ray! More for the stockpile! Ha! More where that came from!
Here I come!
There! One
It's
more!
over!
I'm only getting started! Lightning!
You're mine!
Here I go! Where are you going?
You picked the wrong fight!
Glacial Radiant! Here's evil! Tunnels! Freeze Lancer! Photon Flash! Sighted! Light You're Raging Cascade! Magna Ray!
Now or never.
I'm on it!
Raging Cascade! Spread! Take it dead! No defense! You're mine! Magna Ray! Steel Force! More where that came from!
In a bind?
Lightning hit again! Thunderblade! Take it! Magna Ray! Arch Field! This is not in your dreams! Magna Ray! Far enough! Steel Force!
I'll smash you!
This one's mine! Where are you going? Magna Ray! Energy! Sighted! I'm only getting started! Shining Super...
No.
There!
I still need
I'm
to make
only
her
getting
pay.
started.
Rinwell, you need to focus.
I am! I mean, I know! Magna Ray! Astral Energy! More where that came from! Field! I'll be saving this one! There! I'm only getting started!
Sorry.
Here,
Take this!
Magna
Only
Ray!
I'd been more careful.
time.
Sorry for almost blowing me up? Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
Red, dance in the wind!
It's over!
Swallow down!
Here I come!
Hear my call!
Aim for the weak spot!
Eat this! Ready and quick!
Burning thrust!
I can carve through. I'm just getting started.
Take this!
I'm on!
No further!
Talon Hurricane! Rip and tear! All good things come to an end.
Here's his lightning condensed!
Here I come!
Gemini Aqua!
Fly!
Swallow down!
Here,
Take this! Move escape! Fly!
In the wind!
Eat this!
Take this! Move escape! Take this! Move escape!
Watch this!
Try this!
Raging Cascade!
Inferno turret! It's over!
Dance in the wind!
First strike!
Here!
I'm not done! Fly!
I can only rely on...
Demon Fang! I owe you one. It's on!
Let's let you all down.
Stay away from my friend!
To the shadows!
Burn!
In here! This one's mine!
Move
More
it!
with the stockpile! I'll
You're
bring you back
finished!
from Death's
Fly!
Abyss! More with that
Swallow blade! It's on!
Bring you back from Death's Abyss! In here! I'll be saving this one! Here's a healing art!
Damn it!
First aid!
Take this!
More with that from Glacial Spear! Here's the Evo! Flame Cleanser! Confiscated! Light Astral
Take
Energy!
this!
Dance in the wind!
Demon
Air
Fang!
thrust!
Double
Healing
Demon
Arrow!
Fang!
Photon Blast!
I really owe you one.
Roll into the Here's an arrow!
Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art!
It's on!
First aid!
This one's mine!
Anything in armor is
Take
all
that!
I'm not
One
done!
last one!
Take this! Demon Fang!
Light Astral Energy! Photon Blast!
Let me help. Rip and tear!
First aid! Hup! One more!
Crush! First strike! It's
Light
coming
Astral
down the
Energy! Here's the Photon Blast! Grind and run! Light Astral Energy! Where are you going? Photon
Here I
Blast!
come!
Light Astral Energy!
Sonic Swallow down! Rising Lava!
Go get them!
Prepare to be
I
sealed!
really owe you one.
Talon Storm! Flash! Demon Fang!
Light Astral Energy!
Not today!
Photon Blast! Light Astral not in your dreams! Light Astral Energy!
Thank you.
Take that! Searing Flame!
Double Demon
No
Fang!
further!
I'm on Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Eagle Fly! Light Astral Energy!
You may be strong, but I'll never back down! Vincent, I have no limits!
Eat this!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Raging Cascade!
All this you hear it now! It's on!
Light Astral Energy!
Not today!
Photon Blast! Light Astral Energy!
I'll smash you! You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha!
Photon Blast! Light Astral Energy!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Healing Circle!
I really owe you one.
Photon Blast! Do it!
Double Demon Fang!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
Light Astral! Ready!
Different from before.
It's about to come at us. Look sharp! I'll heal you all!
You're mine!
Now or never.
Gotcha!
They'll find us
Here
long
goes!
ago.
Mega Ray! Light Astral Energy! Photon Blast!
Watch it!
Raging Cascade!
Double Demon
let me
Fang!
help.
First strike!
One more! Raging Cascade! Spread! Raging Cascade!
Here I come!
Eat this!
Rising Warrior! Shoot
Not in your dreams!
This one's mine!
Close one! Gotcha! Lightning! Downfall!
I'm ready.
Fury!
In a bind?
Photon Blast!
Spear.
Light Astral Energy! Photon
You're
Blast!
mine!
I can carve through armor.
Rising Wyvern!
Here I call! Light Astral Energy! Photon Blast! Flame of Fury!
Pierce through! That tail's a problem.
Then let's focus there first.
Take that!
Take this! Swallow blade!
Go get him!
Not now, not
Here
now.
goes! I never miss! Photon Blast!
Demon Fang! There!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Light Astral Energy! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Light Astral ready! Great! Take that! Light Astral Energy! Photon Spear! Here's the evil!
Your throbs in pain.
Bullseye!
Burn in hell!
Light Astral Energy! Photon Flash! Raging
Can't get out of this!
Fresh! Raging Cascade! Fresh! Light Astral Energy! Lightning!
Double demon fang!
I'm out! Back into the fray!
Far enough!
Annihilation! Mega Ray! Annihilation!
Demon fang! Demon fang!
Photon
Hit
Here I
hard!
go! Light Astral Energy!
Eat dirt!
Photon Flame! Reload! Here goes!
Megasonic thrust!
One last one! Shadows! Over. Let them go get
Handle this.
One last one! Not in your dreams! Light Astral Energy! Photon Blast! Back into the fray! Light Astral... Searing Flame! Reload! Raging Cascades! Water!
It's time.
Hear my call! Light Astral Energy! Hear me! Flame of Spirit! Burning Strike! Here goes! By the power of one last one!
In a bind?
Mega Ray! Light Astral...
Nothing gets by me.
Water! Raging Cascade! Go! It's over! Photon Flash! Light Astral Energy!
Glacial Spear.
Photon Flash!
Far enough!
Freeze Lancer! Take that! Searing Flame! Reload! Searing Flame! Bullseye! I'm out! Light Astral Energy! Photon Flash! Light Astral Energy! Fury! Burning Raging Cascade! I never miss! Raging Cascade! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Light Astral Energy!
In a bind?
Photon Flash! Light Astral Energy! Photon Flash! Hit! One more! Annihilation! Raging Cascades!
Nothing gets by me!
Light Astral Energy! I'm all stopped up! Not on my watch! By the power of water! Light Astral Energy! Photon Flash! Water, hear my call! Bullseye! Hear me! Flame of Fury! Burning! Raging Cascade!
Denied! Alright, it's down!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
And there goes the tail!
Right, let's do this!
Here goes! Glacial Spear!
Now
Here's
or never.
evil! Hit! Freeze
Take
Lancer!
this!
One last one! Raging Cascade! Into the and red! Raging Cascade! Gemini Aqua! Photon Flash! This one's mine! Light Astral Energy! Photon Flash! Light Astral Energy!
I'm not sure how we get out of this one.
You mean this might be the end?
No, never. Stay strong.
One last one! Light Astral Energy! Photon Flash! Neon Astral Energy! Full throttle! Go!
Is everyone all right?
Yeah. But Almeidrea got away. Linwell, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here? Where is everybody?
Almeidrea's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Danans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they'd eaten enough tainted food, she just needed to get herself caught.
We have to go after her. Balseph and Ganabelt were horrible, but Almeidrea makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this, once and for all.
Yeah, what she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just stop hating her. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinwell.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almeidrea, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almeidrea's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinwell, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almeidrea has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shionne. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almeidrea without me. I need to be there. Please. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live. Without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Beifan, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there, a floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted the thing, but now...
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right. That's as good a lead as any. Let's go. What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop it this time. I wonder if something happened.
This is perfect! I'll have every...
Have you guys checked your equipment lately? You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
I wonder if something happened.
We've reached our destination.
An opponent like this should be easy. It's over! First strike! Swallow blade!
Ready to go! Storm!
You're finished!
Tunnel!
Flash!
By the airborne beast!
You're mine!
My special!
I'll run you through! Flash!
Dance in the wind!
Got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! Dance
All
in the
yours.
wind! Air drop! Into the shadows!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
We did it!
Gemini
Shut him down!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Air drop!
It's over!
Lightning
Take this! It's over!
Annihilation! Hear me!
Take
Flame of
this!
fury!
It's over!
That freaking does it!
Here, let me help!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Take this!
I'll smash you!
Strike!
Hitting! Let the marksman handle
You're mine!
Heal for... More with that kick, Brad!
A comfortable win.
What's that big tower over there?
You guys want to rest here?
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been...
This should definitely keep you guys full.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.
Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need. So I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shion has got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better.
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Not this way, I guess.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well, let's see what they have to say.
We've reached our destination.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Water!
It's
Here's
so
all
much
power! Spread! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil! Lightning can
You're mine! Solar Blade!
These ones can run
It's
right
over!
around us!
You've been staring to me. Yeah, and pummel to me.
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil!
strike!
Lightning Orb!
Here I come!
Lightning
I'm
Blade!
on.
Thunder Blade!
That's the spot.
Hit! Blazing cascade!
I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Only rely on my...
Ignite! You're mine!
Not in your dreams!
Swallow blade!
Freeze leg! Do it! Raging storm!
Here I come!
Pieces!
Tunnel!
Attack time!
It's over!
Glimmer!
Take it! Swallow blade!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Out of our way!
You're mine!
Raging cascade!
It's over!
It's over!
Swallow blade!
Dance to the wind!
You're finished!
Here I go! I'm so good with airborne
It's
parts.
over!
Raging
You're on!
I'll tear you apart, freak! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
It's over! This one's all mine!
Reload! Raging storm!
In a bind?
Hear my call!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Spread!
You're finished!
Spear! Here's
Here
raging
I
storm!
come!
Ready!
Slash! Swallow blade!
Eat this!
It's over!
Whirlwind snap!
I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Do it!
Bang blast!
Take this! Slash!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Right, here goes! Here I come! It's over! I'm on it! You're mine!
All in
Swallow blade!
Burning strike!
You're
Lightning
finished!
orb!
Tectonic
Raging
force!
cascade! Searing flame! Here goes!
Infernal
Air
orb!
thrust! Astral energy! Rolling!
Power! Strike!
Raging! Here's the healing art!
Swallow blade!
That's the spot.
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Where are you going?
It's over!
This is it!
Take this!
Lightning orb!
You're finished!
More with that stuff!
Swallow blade!
Photon
Demon Fang!
What's in the wheel?
I'm not
Red
done!
lightning!
Sword!
Lightning!
Demon Fang!
Piercing flame of fury! Burning strike! Water! Hear
Take
my
this!
call!
I'm on it!
Light red!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Get lost!
Take this! You're finished!
Mega ray!
Swallow blade!
Photon blast! Dance
Here I
to the
come!
wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
Air thrust! It's a duel of the arms!
You're finished! Slash!
Do it!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
You're mine!
Now you see what I can do!
Astral art?
That's my cue!
Talon Hurricane!
Shut him down!
Raging
Swallow
storm!
blade!
I'll finish you here and now!
Annihilation! Tearing flame of fury!
Here I come!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
I see plenty of ruins around here, too. It must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For crown contest participants, places such as these are but...
An opponent like this should be easy. Slash! Swallow blade! You're finished! You're mine!
Can't get out of this!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Here I come!
Flame of fury!
You're finished! Swallow
If
blade!
it's in the sky, it's
Here I
mine!
come! Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Burn in hell!
Lightning condemned! Water!
I'm not done!
Eagle fly!
You're mine! You're finished!
Dance in the wind!
Swallow blade!
Healing thrust!
Here I come!
Dance in the
You're
wind!
finished!
I will yo now!
Oh, nothing back! Sliver Dragon! Slash!
Here, let me
Swallow
help.
Blade! My turn! Swallow Blade!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Right, here goes! No escape! I'm on it!
Here comes! I'm ready and ready!
Eagle Fly! You're mine!
Smash you!
Field!
I'm not done!
I'll be
Win!
saving this way!
You're mine! You're finished!
Lightning Supernova!
Swallow
Where
there!
that came from?
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Go!
And you're fired to me! Now I'm in the groove!
Take this!
Not in your dreams!
Do it!
Run! Slash!
Roll it
You're
back!
finished!
I'll heal you
Swallow
all!
Blade! We did it! Not a chance! I'm not done!
Thunder
This
Field!
one's all mine! Hold nothing back!
More with that!
Thanks!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almadria fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat. Even if there are signs of destruction, it would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zeugles, I guess.
Get lost! I never miss!
First strike! You're mine! Sword! You're finished!
Chinese Supernova!
Swallow
Now!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Hi, Hoodle!
Take this! It's over!
Hear my call!
Take this!
Glacial Spirit! Here's evil!
Slash!
Crossblade!
Take
Freeze
this!
Lancer!
It's over! Swallow Blade!
Raging
We got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Eat this! All yours!
Here
I come!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Do it! Slash! Take this! It's over!
Do it! First aid!
Let's refrain from losing.
You guys want to rest here? Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just...
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
I hope we manage to catch Almeidrea soon.
I came out great.
Hey,
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. What the hell is going on?
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much as you can manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is...
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I won't let them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
oh?
Maybe I should throw in some more spices, just for that extra kick. Yeah, that'll help. Think I'll turn up the heat while I'm at it, too. Oh, crap. The spices burned. Well...
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion. Perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have too much of a good thing?
If that's the taste he truly wants, far be it from me to contradict. His cuisine is a rather delicate repast.
Good night, everyone. I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Dahnans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almeidrea. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Dahnans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Dahnans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously. But it is a means to an end, nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Saar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city? He didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
You don't look so good. Are you all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective, from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people. But that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Dahnans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Dahnans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Dahnans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Saar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But...
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well... I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Dahnans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Dahnans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Dahnans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Xion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dahna. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renaissance, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.